Okay, as a soloist, improviser, you know that just playing the scale probably won't cut it. Okay, I mean, what am I saying? It's a wonderful statement. All right, that's all well and good, but we want little riffs and motives. We want to play things, maybe add some slides in there perhaps, or maybe some chromatics, okay, to make things interesting. And I'm just going to breeze through a few that fly off the top of my head, and just know that these are all intermediate things. I'm jumping way ahead with you, but I thought you might like this. And you know, if you want some practical applications, if this is something you enjoy and you want to do you would like to do some single string solo, or I mean single note soloing, then certainly I can provide some guidance while we move up into the intermediate sections. Okay, so here we go. What are some of the things that I can do to make this interesting? Well, I can certainly slide into any note. All right, what do I mean by that? Let's just pick, we'll pick the D string. Here we are, okay? First finger, you know the first finger plays on the 5th fret and the third finger plays on the 7th fret. Just playing those two notes is fine. You can change it up rhythmically. That's pretty cool. That's all right. How about adding a little bit of pizzazz to it, a little bit of a vocal quality? All I'm doing is starting here at the 4th fret with my first finger, sliding it up. It gives a little bit of personality, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of sparkle. So I'm picking the D string, picking and sliding it up. That gives a little personality. Well, if you can slide up to a note, and you can slide up to any of these. Here, I'll slide up again on the A string. How about the D string? Now, you probably hear a little bit of bebop in there. Okay, that's a slide. If you can slide up, why not slide down? So it's that half step, little lift. Well, if you can do half steps, why can't you do whole steps? You know what a whole step is? Here's a half step. 2 half steps makes a whole step. So what do we have? How do we do that? And the whole idea isn't to necessarily stay on that note, because that note, depending on where it is, might be considered a wrong note. It's color. It's just hit the note, get it up quick. Ready? Maybe you like the half note sound better, or the half step. Sometimes you may feel like adding a little more of a hill to that note, to getting up to that note. You can do that on any string, and if you can go up, you can go down. Well, yeah. Why not? It's just a pattern. It says something. These are a way to color up. This is a way to color up all of these things that we're doing with the pentatonic. It's wonderful. Of course, if you can slide with the first finger, why not the other fingers? Why not the third finger? See, if you can go up, you can go down. There you go. Here's one that I love. I call it filling in the spaces with chromatics. So you have, let's say, on the low E string, you know that the first finger is a right note. And the fourth finger is a correct note. Okay, fine. That's good. It's a great place to start. Well, what about all these guys in the middle? What about these people in here? Let's not accent them because we might not be a proper note. Well, we can certainly bring out color. I just fill in all the middle notes. Here's the outer shell. 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. Fingers, that is. Well, why not just fill them in? And then this will be 1 2 3. If you can go up, you can go down. But let's take it back. Let's take it on up to the D string. Instead of going just the shell, I'm just filling in the nougat. If you like Led Zeppelin, which I recall that you do, it's the beginning of Black Dog, right? What am I doing? Starting here on the 7th fret, then on the A string, then the D string. So he goes up and down. But we'll get into that. Like I said, we're going way, way, way ahead. These are just things that if I know that you have a very mature ear and an excellent ear, so I imagine you possibly filling in all the spaces in between these notes. If you can go up, you can go down. So here's an idea, just, I don't know off the top of my head, I hope I land it. I'll just play some things using the techniques that we just learned, okay? That'll be a nice, I'll slow it down a little bit. So that's the idea, that's the framework. All right? So keep that in your head while I do this. There's a slide. That's just stuff off the top of my head. Hey, why not dyads? They worked for Chuck Berry. So 2 notes, sorry about that. 2 notes at a time. B in the E string. And we know from the scale, the shell of it is 1 4 1 4, all right? Well, why not play both of those at the same time? I have to put this down on my lap to do it. See, Chuck was sliding, right? There's another little idea. Let's see, we can get into bending strings later. There's so many things to do. That's a nice start, isn't it? That's a wonderful start. So I hope you had fun with this. And what we can do is, if this is something that you'd like to pursue, we can sort of do double duty on some of these play sections and certainly the jam sections. You should be able to just jam through the entire thing. I'm like, oh, well, this is C major. C major. Oh, well, this is important. Here, one last thing. How do I know what key I'm playing in? All right, here's the only rule you need to remember. The first finger, just say first finger minor when it has to do with this scale, That pattern that you know, I always tell people, first finger minor, pinky major. It's as simple as that. How do I know what to use? How do I know what will be right? If you know that the song is in C major, what you want to do is find C on the low E string. All right, so we know that C is the 8th fret on the low E string. Well, you said, let's see, the band leader said it was in C major, so I know that if I put, here's C, now he didn't say C minor, he said C major. Put your pinky on C and run the pattern. That's C major. There it is. Oh, what if I'm supposed to be playing a song or soloing in D major? Well, all you need to do is take your trusty pentatonic scale and D major, count up to D, find D on the low E string. D is at the 10th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or if you have the 2 dots here, 12, 11, 10. 10th fret. Now, are we playing in D major or D minor? We're playing in D major, so that means place your pinky on the D, run your scale. This thing works everywhere. And the same little fills apply. Chromatics will work. All right, D major. How about A minor? Well, all we have to do is find A on the low E string, and that's right here at the 5th fret. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So there's A. Well, did the band director say A major or A minor? If it were A major, you put your pinky on A and run your scale. If we say A minor is your first finger. Run the scale. That's your root. All right, it's the scale. A minor. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that C major as well? A minor is C major. You know that, relative majors and minors. All right? Isn't that convenient? The pinky is right here on C. So that will work. It works. These same notes work with A minor as they do C major. Pardon me. I think that's it. Tennessee Jet. C major. How about, let's say we're playing Black Magic Woman by Carlos Santana. I think that's in D minor. So if we were to put on Carlos and we just wanted to solo over the entire song, well, we want to solo in D minor. How do we do that? We have to find, step 1 is always find the root on the low E string. And that root is D. D. D's all the way up here at the 10th fret. Now, if we were in D major, we would place our pinky on the root. But we aren't playing in D major for this. So that means D minor, minor, major, minor. Place your first finger on that D, and we run that scale. There's D minor. I hope that makes sense. If I've done nothing but cloud the entire scene, then maybe we can take this from a different perspective. But that being said, these are, what I gave you here are things that come in the future, that once you get through the beginner course, these things will just open up your world. You'll say, oh, and who knows, maybe you might just prefer to be a rhythm guitar player. I mean, I can spend all night playing rhythm guitar and never take one lead. That's fine with me. I love just and locking in with that bass drum and that bass player, whatever it may be, whether it's, you know, that's fine too. I could do the Freddie Green thing, or I could try. Freddie Green is amazing. You know, wrote the book. I mean, that's that whole thing with jazz guitar. You know, that's where we start. You know, and then single note things. Certainly Django Reinhardt, but certainly Charlie Christian. But that's for another time. So please don't be discouraged if all this stuff is like, oh my gosh, this is just so, it's so much. Yes, it is. But the beauty of it is many, 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 many rock guitar solos are played in the pentatonic. Why? Because it works. And also, you know, you can get some jazz tonalities in there with using chromatics, certainly. And certainly blues guitar is all of, you know, it's not just about the pentatonic, but it's a wonderful tool to use. And so many guitars, we all use it. We all use it. And because it fits across the frets nicely. Once you learn this scale and feel comfortable with it, the whole world opens up. It really does, because there's so much we can say in this one little pattern. So I hope you had fun, and I'll see you around. You know, let me know. Shoot me an email or something if something doesn't make sense, or this is something you'd actually like to pursue, because the single string things, many of them come in during the intermediate lessons, where we get to focus on single string, you know, scales, doing all of our scales, but that's improvisation material. So if you're interested in single note things, then we can look ahead a little bit into the future, and there is a whole lot we can get out of this scale, a whole lot. So many songs are in here. I think Bob Marley's is in G. Well, that would be G minor, right? First finger on the 3rd fret, that's G, F sharp G. All they're doing, that intro is, in Clapton's version's great. There you go. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you around.